only show that brings you happenings in the world of diplomacy and international relations, diplomatic affairs. My name is Harriet Nartey. The show comes off every Saturday on Pan-African television from 4 to 5 o'clock p.m. We are in over 40 African countries in the interest of Pan-Africanism. You can also find us on YouTube and Facebook, and also in some parts of Europe, just to know what is happening when it comes to issues pertaining to diplomacy and international relations. On today's episode, we have quite some very interesting developments, and we are ready to share all of that with you, just to keep you updated when it comes to what is happening in this particular area. We'll take a break. When I come back, I'll bring you all the details. Welcome back. Now, to begin with, let's start from home, and I'm taking you all the way to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. It's all about the inter-schools debate in commemorating the 49th ECOWAS anniversary, and it was a very successful event. Now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration has organized an inter-schools debate as part of activities to commemorate the 49th anniversary of the Economic Community of West African States. Now, themed Enhancing Regional Unity, Peace and Security, the debate sought to provide a platform to expand knowledge and also have a regional orientation about the role of ECOWAS in ensuring regional peace and security. Now, Deputy Minister for the Ministry, Honorable Kweku Amprechum Sapong, in his remarks said the objectives of the debate is to engage the students in a meaningful dialogue about the role ECOWAS plays in the regional bloc. At the end of the debate, Accra Girls Senior High School emerged as winners of the 6 schools that participated in this dialogue. Let's take you to where the event took place, which is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration.
On the 28th of May 1975, the Treaty of Lagos established the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. Our community was built on a shared mission to promote cooperation and integration, leading to the establishment of an economic union in West Africa. Our goals were and remain to raise the living standards of our people, maintain and enhance economic stability, foster relations among member states, and contribute to the progress and development of the African continent. As we celebrate nearly 5 decades of the existence of this dynamic community, we are reminded of the enduring vision of our founding fathers to create a united, peaceful, and secured West Africa. This vision is more relevant now than ever as we navigate the complexities of globalization, economic challenges, and security threats. It is therefore befitting that ECOWAS has selected this year's theme to be Enhancing Regional Peace, Unity, and Security. Ladies and gentlemen, through tireless dedication and unwavering commitment, ECOWAS has worked hard to be a beacon of hope and has become a global pace setter and an example for the region. Over the years, our regional institutions have achieved remarkable milestones, including facilitating trade and commerce through initiatives such as the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme, breaking down barriers between neighbors through the ECOWAS Protocol on Free Movement of people, residents, and establishment, and the ECOWAS Cross-Border Cooperation Program, to name a few. ECOWAS has opened new opportunities for businesses and entrepreneurs across the region. The community has also championed peace and security, mediated conflicts, and promoted stability in areas plagued by violence and unrest. These accomplishments illustrate the profound influence of ECOWAS on our region's development and everyday lives of its citizens.
These debates are actually not just academic. Beyond enhancing your academic performance, the debates are also meant to expand your horizon, to have a regional orientation, a regional mindset, so that by the time you go through the universities, you will be in a better position to decide not only the kind of jobs you want to do, but where you want to work. Because of the expanded horizons that you have beyond your national boundaries as a result of this modest undertaking, you will find out that it's a difficult decision for you to decide to work in Senegal or in the Gambia or in Nigeria or any African country or beyond that, because you already have some international orientation and a regional mindset
of this protocol, thereby reducing its accountability and transparency. So my opponent, do you know the meaning of this? It means that the operationalization of the joint border post system is working on land, and it is accelerating trade on paper, and it is enhancing the standard of living of its citizens on paper. This is the fact. The chairperson, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, distinguished guests, cultivators, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case. Thank you.
At the end of the day, you still have little children walking around Accra Mall, still begging you for little scraps of money so that they can feed themselves. You still have multiple children being unemployed. You still have so many people suffering from the problems that still face the youth majorly. Once these problems are not fixed entirely, once they are not fixed to at least a sensible degree, then we cannot attribute the ECOWAS for being the reason why the youth are being involved in the entire development process. We do admit that this fight is a very difficult one. That's why we have to acknowledge all the people who are participating in this particular fight. That also means that every single punch, every single stride that we make is one that is made for maximum efficiency. ECOWAS is doing their part. But then in as much as they are doing their part, they are still not delivering those killer blows. They can if they do follow the proper implementation measures. But that's a story for the future. As for now though, as I am standing here, ECOWAS still isn't the primary reason why the youth are being included in the West African drive to prosperity, and that's what we are proud to oppose. Thank you.
Come on up and receive your awards, your certificates, your souvenirs. Come on up and receive your awards, your certificates, your souvenirs, and your citation of honor.
Away from that, let's take you to South Korea, where the South Korea Africa Summit took place. The business forum in Seoul was attended by 25 African presidents and some local African industry players. Now, President Yoon announced during a business forum on Wednesday, June 5, that his country will establish a mineral partnership with some nations on the African continent. Quote, Africa's role has become more important due to the unpredictability in the global supply chain caused by geopolitical risks, and I hope to establish key mineral partnerships with African nations and expand mutually beneficial cooperation in resources through key mineral security partnerships with countries that share the same values. Unquote. South Korea's outreach to Africa is a strategic move. This has already been established. Now, Minister of Foreign Affairs Cho Tae-yu said Africa is a crucial partner for Korea in realizing its foreign policy aspiration. On Monday, Seoul vowed to boost development aid and investments. South Korea and delegates from 48 African countries adopted a joint declaration to boost trade and investment and to collaborate on critical mineral and development projects. Trade with African nations currently accounts for less than 2% of South Korea's total imports and exports. Now, the question many are asking is this too late for South Korea? And what exactly is Africa also seeking when it comes to this particular partnership between South Korea and Africa? It looks like South Korea has already expressed its interest, and that is very clear when it comes to what they want with Africa. Does Africa also know exactly what it seeks to achieve when it comes to this kind of partnership? The coming days will see us speak to some resource persons to also discuss further this particular meeting between South Korea and Africa, especially when it comes to all the summits that are taking place with the continent being invited, or the African leaders being invited elsewhere to sit and have discussions like that. Is the table going to turn anytime soon? We'll be bringing you details of that in the coming days. Now, let's talk about UNESCO. Last week, we featured UNESCO in our episode, and we brought you the Food Bazaar, which was one of the many events that took place during the African Week celebration, UNESCO African Week celebration. I was there in Paris at the headquarters, and it was such a sight to behold. And so we talked about the Food Bazaar, which had the whole world queuing for Ghana's jollof, and it was very exciting and refreshing to know that we could promote or put Ghana on the map through our food. So that was a very good experience. Now, I'm going to be talking about the gala night, which was the last day of the event. It was a 3-day event. There was the exhibition and stalls, fashion, of course, the food bazaar, which I already mentioned, and also the gala night. That was like the icing on the cake. So we are going to talk about that. The 3-day event started on Wednesday, May 22 through to Friday, May 24, under the theme Education for Innovation, Development and Culture in Africa, which puts a spotlight on cultural diversity of the African continent and highlights the importance of education for sustainable development and innovation. The closing ceremony with a gala evening featured artistic performances, dances, songs, and African folklore. Participating countries included Algeria, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, DRC, which is the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Ivory Coast, Mali, Mauritania, Morocco, and Sudan. Now, the thing for me, sitting down and watching these performances and musical show and interaction on such a huge multilateral platform, was the fact that we could put aside our differences, especially when it comes to our political aspirations. distinctions or differences and come together through culture. Culture is indeed the way to go, and the soft power approach to things seem to be working and doing magic. Imagine Algeria and Morocco on the same stage, right? Let's take you straight to where this event happened, at the headquarters of UNESCO in Paris.
Good evening to you all. It is with great pride that we arrive today at the closing of this remarkable edition of UNESCO Africa Week. Over the last 3 days, we have the privilege of celebrating together the richness and diversity of African culture while exploring the many challenges and opportunities facing our continent. This week has been marked by passionate exchanges, inspiring presentations, and captivating artistic performance that highlighted the creativity and innovation flourished across our continents.
Talk about the Danish embassy right here in Accra. Denmark is one of the development partners to Ghana. There's so much happening between them, especially when it comes to maritime security. And we've also had the opportunity to interact with the Danish ambassador to Ghana, His Excellency Tom Noring, about twice on our show to delve into relations, bilateral relations between Ghana and Denmark, or Denmark and Ghana. But this time it was all about the National Day of Denmark, and it was the 175th National Day of Denmark, celebrated right here. Events like these are actually celebrated all over. Wherever they have their missions, they ensure that they use such events to actually project their presence and also foster relations between them and other countries. So yes, Denmark has held its 175th National Day in Ghana with a renewed commitment of leveraging existing relations with Ghana to bolster growth in sectors such as technology. Ambassador of Denmark to Ghana, His Excellency Tom Noreen, said his home country is committed to all bilateral relations between the two countries. Now, this was a night of dance, music, networking, and it was also attended by government officials, the business community, the diplomatic corps, friends of the Danish embassy right here in Accra. Diplomatic Affairs TV was there to capture the captivating moment. Here we are.
Ghana's democracy, as in so many other places, is elections. It's our hope that the December presidential and parliamentary elections will, once again, be free, fair, and peaceful. From our side, we have provided support through Denmark's Strategic Development Goal Facility to a number of national and local civil society organizations in Ghana to strengthen the democratic dialogue and especially ensure a greater inclusion of and awareness amongst young people, with a particular focus on climate-related issues, as well as fake news, disinformation, and misinformation. I'm very pleased to note that we have a strong and very long string of day-to-day partnerships in key areas, such as technical cooperation within the maritime sector, statistics, urban water, and meteorology and climate. All of these corporations are centered around crucial capacity building and with a strong focus on climate. I would also like to mention our long-standing, successful maritime security program with Ghana and other coastal states along the Gulf of Guinea. Again, very much concentrated on both civilian and military capacity building. A similar model is being rolled out to deal with the threat of spillover from the conflicts in the Sahel, where Denmark supports Ghana and neighboring countries both with military capacity building and with civilian conflict prevention in the northern part of the countries by building capacities to prevent violent extremism.
Since the establishment of diplomatic relations in the year of Ghana's independence, which culminated in Denmark opening its embassy in Accra in 1961, and Ghana reciprocating the gesture in 1966, making Ghana the first African country to do so. Our two countries have made efforts to increase the level of our bilateral cooperation. Over the years, several Danish companies have been established in Ghana, which attest to the successes of government's efforts in ensuring a conducive environment for businesses in Ghana to thrive. With the operationalization of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA for short, it is my hope that more Danish companies will establish and partner with Ghanaian businesses to strengthen the private sector and enhance its capacity to create employment for our youth.
of these walls. I wonder if the door is open. The gift of life was constant to me. I gave it up to the woman. She's a constant when the film I said, oh, woman. With a smile and a star, she'll protect some light child. What a woman.